Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. When I last left you guys, we decided to do the little, we had to, do the little interlude quest with Ephraim and his knights. And now that that's finished, we're moving on back to the main part of the story, Chapter 6, Victims of War. And we last cleared out the town of Seraphiu in Chapter 5. I'm going to take a moment to assess my equipment supply here. This next chapter is going to be interesting, to say the least. I'm actually not a big fan of this chapter. It is quite difficult, but I mean, I guess it's manageable as long as you're careful and don't overstep yourself, but it is still quite a bit challenging. Hopefully I don't end up losing anybody in the process, but you never know. Let's see if we have some more proper equipment for Joshua here. Steel sword, a killer edge. We will be using Joshua. Actually, why don't I give him an iron one from Seth? Or I can just give him all three. There you go, let's do that. This might be one of the situations where I end up deploying Seth, simply because I might need him for some assistance, so to speak. Do I have any steel lances? I do, I just bought some, didn't I? Yes, perfect. So we're actually gonna... We don't need to worry about the pure water. We're gonna get a steel lance on Gilliam, which I'm sure he will appreciate. We don't need the... Well, we are gonna need the torch, but I don't want to necessarily have it on Franz. I actually would like to have it on Calm. Because if you recall, there's a neat little strategy that I was able to implement in Blazing Sword, and the same holds true in this game. The next map is a Fog of War map. So I won't be able to see all that effectively through said fog. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind having somebody with higher magic than Natasha for this next map too, so we might switch back over to Mulder as our primary healer for the time being, just until I can get through this mess. Does Erica need to have a bigger sword? I don't think she has anything to worry about anyway. She's got, I guess, an armor slayer, but she has a rapier, so she doesn't need it. I got a lot of axes in storage here, it looks like, and I've got a steel bow that Nami can have. So I talked a little bit about how Nami was basically Rebecca 2.0, and to an extent that's true. However, I looked up, her growth rates are actually really good. She just hasn't been getting very, effective ones so far, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess you make do with what you got. So we've got a secret book and a dragon shield we can implement right now. I'm trying to think if there's anybody who really needs to worry about having some more defense. Ross is pretty solid with 7. I honestly wouldn't mind giving that to Franz. His defense is a little shaky right now. So why don't we give him the dragon shield. And that'll bump him up to a solid 9 defense, which is pretty reasonable. And then I don't think anyone's struggling for skill at the moment. I guess Franz only got 6. Archer's got 6. Nobody really has... Well, I guess Nami's only got 5, but that'll change very quickly if we keep using her. Nobody's really hurting for skill. And skill is one of those things that, even if you don't have a lot of skill, you're generally not all that hindered as a result. I'm not going to say that skill is not important, because obviously it is, but not having quite so much skill is not as big of a detriment as not having as much of other stats. For example, strength or speed or any defenses, really. Let's see if there's anything I can worry about buying. Oh, or store staff. That wasn't here last time, was it? And a torch staff. Oh, wow. Alright, I have to rethink some things here. I think what I'm going to end up doing is... I'm going to pick up that torch staff for sure. That'll be invaluable this next chapter. I kind of want the restore staff, too. But that being said, I don't know that we have to make use of it, so I won't worry about it right this minute. I'm going to have loot actually... No, we don't need to worry about buying any tomes for anybody. I am going to have loot carry something into battle that we received last chapter that we might need. That's this antitoxin. That being said, because I think there are enemies on this next map that carry poison weapons, and I, quite frankly, don't want to deal with that, so... Alright, I think we're ready to go. Let's check the armory real quick just to make sure. Nope, this looks like this run-of-the-mill stuff. Nope, we're good. Alright, so let's get into it. Chapter 6 on the Adless Plains. Suppresses her feelings of unease. Oh, good. Now we are now officially in the territory of the Grotto Empire. head for a sparsely populated region of Grotto. Of course they're being tracked. It's like someone's watching their every move. Like the NSA is around here or something. So like I said, this map is pretty annoying. In fact, it's even worse than Chapter 5 in my opinion. Well, here we have this delightful fellow. That would be Riev, the bishop that we met earlier, the blood barrel. And we have this equally charming dude with no eyes, apparently, or just very well obfuscated eyes. They have an ambush ready and waiting. Great. Like rats in a sack, huh? Won't that wretched vaulter be delighted? Novala is this guy's name, the guy he's talking to. Huh. Will negate whatever futile resistance they offer. Ha, ha, ha. I do not have such time to waste. Very charming dude. Freakish old man. Yeah, that's one way to describe him. Very spiteful, the guys in this army here. Uh-oh. Ah, ha, ha. Where did you come from? I teleport behind people. You're even wearing your bracelet. A lot of people seem to have some understanding of what this bracelet is. And Seth is very perturbed by this particular fact. Oh, here we go. Lying to them about their propaganda, trying to make her think that her brother's dead. Or, like, captured or whatnot. A pitiful worm like you. People who are like, that really upsets me when people are like, you won't change the truth. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the truth and you're lying, so you're a liar. Bring me the child. Here we go. This is one of the reasons why this chapter's annoying. Yeah, it's a hostage situation kind of deal. Do it or the child dies. And Seth's like, no. Oh yeah, this guy's a massive creep, by the way. Giant spiders, yep. And there goes half the audience. That's not true. There are such things as war crimes. Like, you know, executing hostages. Especially civilian hostages. And here is Lyrica pontificating here. Uh-oh. This is where Erica just kind of goes Super Saiyan. Is like, nope, forget it. You're all going to die now. That's not true actually at all. She's still very much the, like, naive princess. There's actually 2 hostages here. And that guy's a massive creep. No, there's 3 hostages. I'm going to assume these are all part of the same family, but I don't know that for a fact. At any rate, so we're going to be using... We're not going to use Natasha, we're going to use Mulder instead. Archer's very nice to have here. Any magic guy is nice to have here. We're going to have Franz and Gilliam be our tanks. We want Vanessa just because she's capable of flying around and stuff. I'm definitely going to bring Calm because we need somebody to be able to see in the dark. I would like to bring Joshua, if I'm honest, but at the same time, I'm not sure how useful he's going to be here. Melee guys that can take hits are more valuable to me right now, and that's going to be Gilliam and Franz and Ross, and not so much Joshua. He's also a little higher level than most of my party right now. Or this, well, I guess that's not necessarily true, but at any rate, we're just going to leave him behind. I don't think we're going to need Seth, unlike what I said. I think we can manage what we got, so we will see if that ends up carrying us through the day. So let's take a look at the map real quick. You'll see this is a Fog of War map, and we can see quite a bit into the fog, actually, and that's because Cullen was positioned right here. I can actually kind of cheat a little bit and move him around in the preparation screen, and am able to see into the fog further depending on where I put him. That being said, we can only see this one dude, this one lone soldier in the fog, and trust me, there's a lot more than just him waiting for us in there. Now, there is a village to the south here that we will need to visit at some point. And then we have the hostages over here. The boss is somewhere in this area, I think, right up in here. Maybe up in here, actually. I think this is up here, actually, where he is at. And then we have to protect these hostages as best we can. They obviously cannot fight. They have no weapons. They're just pathetic little civilian people with no stats. That being said, the boss dude did mention something about giant spiders, and we will have to contend with that at some point. Thankfully not quite just yet, but it's going to be a thing very soon. We're going to put Gilliam over here. I'll have Franz hold up the lower wing here. But I do want to have Colm in a prominent position toward the front to make sure that he can handle anything that comes our way. I'm actually going to have Mulder all the way in the back because I don't want him getting killed. Alright, let's get into this, shall we? This is not an overly long map by any stretch, but because of the fact that I can't see very well, and there's a lot of enemies that we can't see yet, this is much more difficult than it looks on the surface. We're going to put Calm right here. And he move a little further than that, that's fine. I think he'll be alright there. And he's going to use the torch. So you'll notice that thieves can see pretty far in the fog. They can see, I think, like 8 spaces. Normal units can only see 3. And then using the torch increases your vision by, I think, 5 squares. So using it on a normal unit makes them see as far as a thief does, but if you use it on a thief, then they can see ridiculously far into the fog. So there we go. Now we can see just about the entire enemy force, which is good because, holy crap, there's a lot of them. Moving up here, we've got some enemy cavaliers. These guys are really obnoxious, and they have a healer to boot. An enemy troubadour with an elixir that she drops, which is alright. But we've got enemies of all different types to contend with. Thankfully, nobody is in range to get to Calm where he's standing, which is perfect. That's exactly where I want him. But we're going to move Gilliam up first thing. He's going to be the Great Wall, pretty much. We definitely get some of these soldiers can get in range of Ross, but he's able to handle them no problem because they're pathetic little soldiers. We're going to want Erica actually in a pretty prominent position too, because her rapier will deal extra damage to the armor knights and the cavaliers when they come down. We want Franz because, well, he's mobile and he's tanky. So we're actually going to put him somewhere where he can reach that village relatively quickly. And we will have loot behind the Great Wall. Archer behind that. Namie behind that. Mulder in the back, obviously. He actually has his own torch staff now, too, I've remembered, so I wonder if I can... Nah, it's not. There's no point using it right here. He doesn't have enough range to make use of it just yet. But we need to keep Florina... Or not Florina, holy smokes, did I just do that? We're going to keep Vanessa out of the way of this archer, obviously, because that's just dumb. But I'm going to see if I can't get her down to where the hostages are. As quick as we can, rather. Just to potentially protect them from anything that comes near them. They are there for a reason, by the way. We want the Slim Lance, not the Iron Lance. Alright, so a lot of them are not quite in range to get to me yet, with the exception of this guy. But that's alright. Ross will make quick work of him. And the rest of them are just going to kind of move in on us and kind of... What they're going to do, really, and this is the thing, if you weren't able to see into the fog, they would just kind of mob you all at once. And you'd be like, whoa, where'd all these guys come from? Well, they've been there the whole time. You just didn't know. So we're going to put Gilliam here in the forest. I'm considering putting Ross on the fortress. But then he's going to get mobbed by a bunch of stuff. And quite frankly, I don't want him to be. So we're actually going to put him in this place. Well, then the mercenary will go for him. Why don't we have Vanessa go there? Is that still out of range of the archer if I put her there? Yeah, she's fine. We'll put Vanessa here. And we'll have someone come down here and deal with that soldier real quick. I guess that can be loot. We'll have Ross do it. I want to make sure this mercenary doesn't get to him, though. So what we're going to do is actually put him out here and just hatchet this guy to death. I know you're wondering why I'm not just wading into the mob of dudes, and that's because if I do that, I will get overwhelmed very quickly, and that will be bad. As much as I am confident of my unit's abilities to withstand attacks and be alright, there are limitations to that. So there's spiders that are poisonous spiders living in the mountains. That's why I stocked up on antitoxins. Here, go ahead and have one. You might need it. They might still eat you, but at least you won't be able to poison you. That's really optimistic of them. Silly kid. Anyway. So again, we're kind of trekking through a little bit cautiously. I don't want to draw too many of them at once if I can help it. I could put Erica in that forest right there. She can handle an attack from a mercenary. Calm, I think, is safe to move into the trees. Yep, that's fine. And we'll have Namie backing up Vanessa, and we'll have Loot backing up these two guys, and Archer right here, and then we'll have Molder on station for healing stuff. Looking like a pretty decent formation. Gilliam, however, I don't think is going to double anybody. Maybe he will. We'll see. Oh yeah, he does double the snipe. Perfect. I love it. And that steel lance gives him the punching power to get through that armor, so very nice. Steel weapons on knights is just wonderful. Thankfully, Vanessa dodges out of the way of this guy. Unfortunately with Vanessa, she's not able to take repeated hits. So you don't want to expose her to any more than as she needs to worry about dealing with. And Erica's dodging too, and she crits this guy, but does not double him. That's fine. Someone else can mop him up next turn. There we go. She got some strength. She desperately needed that. And some more speed, skill, and luck. That's not bad. That's actually a really good level up for her. I might double this guy too, believe it or not, because that steel axe is so bloody heavy. No, never mind. It weighs him down a bit, but I guess not enough to the point where Gilliam can double. Here comes the Cavaliers. Oh, geez, that one's going around the left side. That's not good. That could be an issue. I mean, for right now, he's not in range of anybody, but that might quickly change. So we'll have Namie pick off this soldier real quick. We're going to give my support guys as many kills as they can get, simply because they don't have as much opportunity to normally. We'll let Archer kill that mercenary. We'll probably let Loot kill that fighter. I like having a multitude of ranged attackers, just because they're so utilitarian in a lot of respects. And Loot will take out the fighter. She just leveled up last time from the boss, so she's not quite there yet. Oh, she's almost there. We're actually going to get Gilliam onto the fortress and let them come after him. And he's got invulnerary, so he's fine. Alright, we can, we'll put somebody in the way to block the Cavaliers' advance here. There's actually more of them coming too. I gotta be careful. Oh geez, that one's got a lot of movement range. It makes sense, he's a freaking Cavalier, but... is this the Lance one? Yeah, so we're gonna have... We'll have Vanessa there to block him. How much damage do they do? 17! Oh, he's got an iron blade. Jeez. That's 30. Out of 14 is 16. Yeah, she can take hits from both of them, but that's it. No more than that. Unfortunately, if I move... How many spaces is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I move Calm and Erica back, they'll be fine. They'll be out of the way. But Vanessa's going to get hit no matter what, so we might as well just leave her where she is. I think we'll let... Ross can't get quite far up enough there to get to him yet. And he has a sword anyway. We'll let Calm deal with him. I know that sounds crazy, and it probably is, but... let's have him support with Namie real quick, just because that's alright. boy. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't really particularly care about Neffany, is that she's a big crybaby, but, I mean, yeah, I get it. Her whole family was murdered and all that fun stuff. She needs to just pull a Batman and deal with it. I'm just kidding. Alright, Franz will come up here. He can handle anything that comes at him just about. And we'll have Ross down here to back him up, and we'll just kind of move in one little bit at a time. Anybody else in need of healing? I don't think so. Nope, everybody else is pretty much good. So we don't need Mulder yet. Put him right there. And then Vanessa can take swings at these Cavaliers as they come down toward her. And here we get some sweet knight versus knight action. God, knights are so cool. I know I talk about it a lot, and I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I freaking love armor knights. They are so cool. Alright, I would have preferred some speed, some strength, or some defense there, but that's alright. One thing at a time. Oh, there's a poison axe. So the thing with poison weapons, they're not particularly strong, nor are they particularly accurate, but if they hit you, even if they don't do damage, they will poison you. And the poison will slowly eat away at your health turn after turn. I think it's for 5 turns. And does between 1 and 3 damage start of every one of your turns, which is annoying to say the least. That's a halberd. Good thing Franz isn't here right now. There's a knight crit. Boom! Get out my way. Knight crits are great. Alright, we're doing pretty good right now, I'm kind of impressed with how the whole party's doing right now. And that guy is just kind of swing and a miss, and I can kill him next turn. Got just enough power behind that steel lance to 2-shot him. This Cavalier might be a bit of an issue. I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, as you can see. That's because Culm is a thief, and he doesn't do a lot of damage. And Vanessa should be able to handle a hit from this guy. She's looking a little worse for wear, but so we got 2 Cavaliers we need to deal with right away. With all of our magical might, I don't think it should be too difficult to do. Having a poisoned armor knight is never any fun, but thankfully his high defense will prevent him from getting hit too much further. Or hurt too much further, I should say. Oh, jeez, I should have let the hatchet on. That was silly of me. I even knew that guy was there. Kind of. Alright, so this looks like a little bit of a mess here. Thankfully the fort healing happens first before the poison, so it kind of like negates it for the most part, because the fort healing is actually a fixed amount. Alright, let's see if we can't deal with this guy. Actually, believe it or not, does Culm double him? He does, so between Archer and Culm I can kill this Cavalier. That is just fine. And actually, Culm will get a level up out of it too, probably, which he desperately needs. Hopefully he won't get hit here. 43% is not a very high number. I mean, he'll survive, but... Alright, cool, he dodged. That ought to be a level up for him. Oh, not quite. Almost. Alright, we'll have Nami pick off somebody, or make an attempt to at any rate. Problem is, whichever one of these guys she swings for will kill her on the retaliation. So why don't we have Loot soften one of them up. Oh, wow. That's not a soften up, that's a straight up murder almost. You know what? I'm not going to complain a whole heck of a lot. That'll get Loot a level. Some more magic and speed, please. Or skill. That works too, I guess. I'll take what I can get, and then Nami can get the kill on the Cavalier here. That should put her over to a level, I think. Yep. Alright, get some strength, some speed. Maybe. Skill, speed, luck, resistance. Alright, I'll take it. And then, can I kill this mercenary in a single hit? I can, and I can't miss, so that's perfect. Let's do it. That being said, Vanessa is going to need a heal here real quick. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. So, Erica can walk up and finish off this fighter without issue. I should have saved her for the Troubadour. Although I don't think she couldn't have gotten near him. Never mind. We'll have Gilliam take care of the Cavalier. No problem there. Almost does another level for him, which is nice. And then Ross can't quite get up there to deal with that soldier. Darn it. I guess I'll send Franz to do it, because I don't want anybody coming for Vanessa. So we'll just have Franz take this guy down. Healer can't do anything, so nothing big, nothing to worry about there. And I could trade that antitoxin over to Gilliam and get him cured of the poison sooner rather than later. And we'll let Ross handle this shaman, which he does in a single swing, which is nice. Alright, so get some speed, please, Ross. That would be ideal if you did that. There we go. Speed and defense. Nice. That worked really well. Alright, and then we'll get Vanessa topped off, and we'll be in business. Almost another level for Mulder, too. Alright, what else we got? There's that archer that I totally forgot about. That's alright. He's not overly threatening to Franz right now. Okay, so why don't we get Calm moved ahead so we can start seeing further into the fog. I'll move him up as far as I can, actually. And pop the torch again. That should let me see a good chunk of the battlefield. There we go. So we got a mage, a priest? Enemy priests, really? We got a couple more dudes over here. Nothing too serious. How far can Mulder move? He can move right up to here. That's as far as that soldier goes, too, I think. Yep. So let's move him up there. And heal up Mr. Ross here. Mr. Ross? Bob Ross? No, sadly no. Alright, magic, skill, speed, wow, nice. Alright, Mulder's going to be great when I promote him. Hopefully. Let's let Vanessa handle the troubadour here, I think. Because then she can also tank that mage pretty adequately. The boss does not move here, so we don't need to worry too much about that. She can't kill with the slim, but she can kill with the iron, so that's fine. And we will get a elixir drop off of this troubadour, which is okay. And then the level for Vanessa too. Strength. No, never mind, just skill. I'll take it. HP is actually good for her too. She has trouble with that early on. Thankfully I have my convoy, so I can just send that blade there. We're gonna get Nami moved up. Loot had the other antitoxin, right? So why don't we trade that to Gilliam? We'll move him up and use that real quick so he can shake off the poison. We will let Franz kill the archer. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. His strength's actually quite a bit higher than I've expected. Also, his speed is not where it should be either, but he's still managing to double everything. So I guess it doesn't take a whole heck of a lot. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. Love it. Good Cavalier levels. It's like bacon. Just makes everything better. Alright, so that soldier will go for Ross on his turn. No big deal there. I kind of want Erica to have the kill on the boss, just for catharsis reasons. Especially considering she kind of like monologued at him. That just means you need to kill him with that person, right? Ross easily dispatches this soldier. Thankfully, we have not seen from the aforementioned poison spiders yet. I don't believe we're going to have to worry about that, honestly. Alright, so we don't need to go down to the village anymore either, and we will let Ross deal with the Armor Knight, which he ought to be able to do at a reasonable pace, at any rate. Who's going to deal with this mage? Who's in range of leveling? Gilliam is. I'll let him deal with the priest here, I think. Just hitting the priest will get him to a level, I believe, so... We'll use the Iron Lance instead, that's fine. It's got a slightly higher hit rate, so... Won't need to worry about missing as much. There we go. That will get a level up for Gilliam. I'm hoping he gets strength, defense, speed. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. That doesn't happen very often, so... With that being said, Gilliam's not increasing defense as much as he should be. His growth in that is ridiculous, but he's not getting it very much. I'm hoping that will change very quickly. It's kind of like what happened to me with Blazing Sword, where Hector had crappy strength growth. It defies all reasoning, but it still happened. We'll finish off this mage with Vanessa. That 1% critical rate. I've seen it happen before, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not pleasant. Alright, we're getting close to wrapping this part up, I think. We'll heal up Vanessa real quick. And who's going to have the kill on the priest? We'll let Naomi do it. She deserves it. I do want to build her up. I initially was thinking about not using her because her first couple levels didn't turn out very well, but after I got a better look at her growth rates, I'm feeling much better about using her now. Loot, I wouldn't mind getting another level out of, but she's already level 5, so maybe she doesn't need it. Archer could do with one. He's close. I might use the, Archer to soften up the boss, actually, because light magic beats dark, so... we actually haven't looked at the boss's stats yet, have we? That's alright, we're coming up on him. Oh, there's the spider. So I'll show you that real quick. We actually need to end the chapter before the spider gets to the civilians, otherwise bad things happen. So here's the spider. This thing is called a bale. This is one of the monsters that Lute mentioned when we recruited her. These things are terrifying. Not only because they're giant spiders, but because they're quite powerful. They poison, and they can move over mountains and stuff. So it'll take them another 2 turns to get to the civilian. So we need to kill the boss and end the chapter before they get eaten. If any of the civilians get eaten, you lose. Or actually, I don't know that you necessarily lose, but I think if you keep all the civilians alive, you earn an extra reward for beating the chapter, and I want it. So, I also don't like the idea of people needlessly dying, so imagine that, right? So we'll have Ross clean up this Armor Knight real quick, and then we have 2 turns to take out the boss. Which, again, should not be all that difficult. It actually is possible to get over here and kill this spider. He's not impervious, but it's difficult because the only person that can get to him is Vanessa, and Vanessa's not all that strong. I mean, I could go over there and try to kill him. Can I get to him, though? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can get just further enough to get to him. So why don't we do that? Why don't we see if Vanessa can get over there and kill him? I would be very impressed. She should double him no matter what. He's only got 3 speed. So as long as she has 7, she'll be fine. She loses... how much? 3 from the Iron Lance. That's no big deal. She might be able to kill him. I don't know, but... we will find out. We will let... how much damage does Naomi do to the boss? Not a lot. What's he running anyway? He's just got a Flux Tome. He's just some Scrub Lord. Shaman. No big deal. Archer, that being said, cannot quite get in range of him. But I'll let Naomi kill off this soldier. And then she can retaliate against the boss. Do some chip damage to him. There we go. And actually shooting him will get her a level. And then we can just move in Erica for the kill. And I'll have Franz on station to help in case they need it. Is anybody hurt? Franz has got poked a little bit. Oh, Calm needs some healing. Let's do that. Doesn't really matter. We're at the end of the chapter, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's move over here and make sure there's nobody else in the way. Nope, that's it. And we'll have loot around in case we need it. Gilliam's good to go. We'll move over here. Yeah, that's not good. They've made it this far? Yeah, we have. Deal with it. Ow. There we go. Nice chunk out of him. Let's see how Naomi levels up here. Pretty good, I hope. Hey, there we go. Wow, alright. I'll take it. That was pretty good, actually. All right, we're gonna go hit the spider. We're not gonna be able to kill him, I don't think, but hey, we'll give it a shot, right? And then I'll just finish off the boss and end the chapter. The reason why I have a hard time hitting him too is because he's on a mountaintop, and you get a massive defensive bonus for that in terms of dodge ability. Yeah, she would need to crit twice to kill him. It's not gonna happen. Look at the size of this thing too. Absolutely massive, these freaking spiders. So they're just outright terrifying for a couple of different reasons. That is not the last we'll be seeing of them either, unfortunately. I think Erica can straight up murder this guy. Not quite yet. We'll soften him up a little bit more with some light magic. This guy's a 2% crit rate. It's because Archer's luck is garbage. Not thrilled about that fact, by the way, but you know what happens. Can loot hurt him? 4 damage. Nah, I won't worry about it. Naomi can probably... No, never mind. We'll just have Erica kill him, that's fine. If she uses the rapier, she can do it. Alright, so that's that. Chapter done. And Erica gets the cathartic kill here on this guy that taunted her and tried to have her citizens eaten. Yep, no fame, no glory, you suck. Bye. Not gonna shed any tears over you. I'm not going to, and neither is your army, probably. Alright, Erica, come on, get some more strength, dude. Alright, there we are. So we saved all the civilians, they are safe. You saved us both, you mean all 3? There's 3 of you there. So because we saved all 3 of the civilians, we get a free Orion's Bolt, which is nice. Oh, here we go. We get some exposition now. We get to hear about what the secret of this bracelet that she's wearing. Oh. An infinitely complex lock of sorts. Haha. So the bracelets that Erica and Ephraim wear are actually keys to access the Sacred Stone of Renee. Yep, and yet somehow Grotto knows all about it. Oh boy. We must hurry to Prince Ephraim. Well, okay. No time to waste. Let's go rescue Ephraim to Renval, which is where we're going next in Chapter 7 to Renval. I promise. That'll be fun. All right, so that's it for Chapter 6. That's one of the other annoying ones out of the way. Like, that wasn't too bad. Being able to see a lot further and playing a strategy makes a big difference. So it wasn't quite as bad as I was expecting. So anyway, moving on from here, it's going to be pretty standard stuff. This game actually does get quite a bit better from here on out, I think. So next time, join me in Chapter 7. It'll be fun, I promise. We're getting there. We're getting up there. There's a long way to go. Who am I kidding? There's a long way to go. But hey, I love this game. We're having some fun, good times. So join me again for Chapter 7 next time. Until that time, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.